Great, amazing. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you. Thanks for asking. So, how would you like today's session to go?
Yeah, I have some confusion, so can you help me to clear that?
I'll do my best. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sometime I do mistake about should, could, and would plus be have. What is that?
Wow, all of that came together. Now I need
Uh,
you to calm down and ask me one by one, right?
Okay. First thing, should. In how
Should.
and where I have to use that.
Should I? More like when you're asking somebody something, right?
Hmm.
Should I? Um, how would you use the sentence? How would you tell me when and where you would usually use them?
Should I call you ma'am or miss, madam? That's
Okay.
example.
Yeah,
So
that's
sometime
good.
I got confusion between should and need because if I in my language the should and need is the same meaning. So which type of place I need to use it?
Did you say need?
Yeah, need. N-double-E-D.
You need something.
I need something. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
And
So
if I say should,
should usually comes when you have to ask something, right? When you are asking for a favor, can I, should I, may I? But need is something you want from somebody,
okay.
right? I need
And
this from you.
okay.
Could
Yeah.
you do this for me? It's a favor. You're asking somebody to do it for you. And
Okay.
there's something else you were asking about.
Yeah. So give me some more example like with the should I ask you, should I take it or more example in sentence.
What do you suggest? Should I really do this? When you ask somebody for
Hmm.
their opinion in something, you're asking
So
them like, should
it's mean
you really?
also I am ability to do that if I use
Your
should
ability
I
to
ask
do.
you? That's mean I have ability to ask you like this.
You have it in you, and
Hmm.
you can do it, but you're confused whether you should do it or not. And
Okay.
that's why you need somebody else to tell you. That's why you're asking them, should I do this?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it comes that
Yeah.
way when you really need another person's opinion. Should I not? You're confused.
Okay. Should I
But
go
need,
there? Should I
yeah,
come to you?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right?
So and
And
then
then sometimes there are people who ask that, should I really do this? We ask ourselves that question out loud.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You
it
had something
next
else.
is food.
Could. Again, these two, we use it simultaneously, though there's a lot of difference there. We might think, but then can I? Could I? Should I?
Hmm.
Right?
But I'm
Now,
little bit more confused now.
I know that can make sense, right? So with what I know,
Hmm.
could is a lot more, how do you put this? Gentle. It's more respectful. Could I? Should I? It's like normal. Should I
Hmm.
do this or not?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
want
Okay.
me to do this or not? Right? That's the
Hmm.
tone. Could I do this? You're asking, you want to do it,
Hmm.
but you don't know if the other person is agreeing to it.
Okay.
So could I do this? You're a bit more respectful.
Yeah. So
So
I
that's
heard
that's just
some people they used to like uh, they also said to me, could we also use past of can?
hmm can
So
could.
how to work it in past? If I try to make the past sentence, if I'm talking about the past sentence, what already happened.
Right.
Mm,
But could is more like a question, right?
mm.
Could I do this? Could I not do this? Well, I'm confused now. I'm sorry. You've done this to me. But yeah, that being said, good with what I know, right? Uh, it mainly has to do with asking for a favor,
Mm.
like how I'm going to ask, could I get back to you on this? It
Okay.
mainly has to go with what happens next, future,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Now,
Otherwise,
when
I
you
could
no,
go
wait a
there.
second.
So what about this sentence?
I could have gone there. I could have.
Could have gone there.
Yeah, when it comes to the past, you can use that. I mean,
Okay.
I made such a mistake. Instead of coming here,
Mm.
I went there. I could have gone there instead.
Okay, I could have, and because in this way, I also using the past form of can. So I have to use could have.
Yeah, I could have. That's when you have to do with the past, right? I could have done that. That's how you would have
Now,
used it in a
now I
sentence.
understand little.
Right. I'm glad, but
Yeah,
honestly, okay, go ahead.
yeah. What about would?
Would,
Yeah, would.
again, more like a respectful way of asking, would you do this for me? Asking for a favor, would you? Could you? All these are respectful ways of asking somebody for favors. It comes under that.
Like, would you like to introduce yourself like that?
Exactly. Then instead of saying introduce yourself,
Mm.
if I say, would you like to introduce yourself? I'm saying, okay, it's an option before you
Mm.
and it's more polite, right? So it comes a little bit more polite than could.
So it is which part is it, I can use this word in present, future, or past? Where I can use it?
Would,
Mm.
would you do this for me? Present. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have had mind doing that. I wouldn't mind doing that. I wouldn't have minded doing that. Past.
Okay.
Would you do this for me later?
Mm. So
Right? You
it's
can use
also
it.
I'm talking about future.
Yeah, exactly. So you can use it, as far as the sentence is concerned. But use it at the right time and with the right words, it can go.
Yeah, I also while conversation I also use it, but I just worry if sometime when if I write something, so it is going to correct or not.
Okay. Oh, tell me the sentences you've written. If you have,
Um,
that is. If you have not, it's fine.
I don't have right now.
Okay, that's cool. No problem.
Like, would you
So,
give me your contact number, or would
yeah.
you tell me which the this restaurant?
Mm,
I don't think so. I made this clear.
just a second. Could you? Could you give me your contact number? Would you sounds more, though polite. It's like, would you do this for me? You're asking somebody you already know, but could to a stranger is fine. Would
Okay.
you? You have to use it at the right
Yeah.
circumstances, right? And then, could you give me the directions to this place? Would you? Could you sounds more fine there,
Yes.
though
More.
they're both right, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you would use could in these circumstances. So again, the more you practice, the better you get, right?
Yeah.
So
While conversation, I can understand because my learning process is just copy and paste. So whatever
right.
I heard from others, so I just learning from them. But when I
Mhm.
talking, then it's okay because I have never experienced to like that every day to native
Mhm.
speaker who can judge me, or I also don't have so much too much teacher who can guide me properly like that. So I used to learn from YouTube's or something, and I have some friends, so I just try to practice with them through online or phone call or some meetings. So that's the reason when I try to ask them, they also don't know which place we have to use, but we just
Yeah,
communicate. We can understand. But the reason is the problem is that when I have to read something, if someone like I'm asking you right now, so
yeah,
if you don't know the reason or how we can do, then how can I explain?
exactly. No, makes sense. But then, sadly, one thing we all do that is, I wouldn't say wrong. This is the way we are taught, right? From the time we are kids, we have been told grammar, sentence construction, verb formation. All
Yeah.
these giants are there behind, like, before us. And we are like, oh, if I make a sentence grammatically wrong, then I'm such a loser, right? I'm
Yeah.
not supposed to speak this language at all. That
Yes.
is wrong. Just because we make grammatical mistakes, nobody's gonna sue us.
Yes.
Nobody's gonna
Yes.
say, get out, don't speak in English ever again. No.
Yeah.
Practice talking. I mean, how would I know the sentences I just said? It's because of the practice I did. If you ask me about grammar, what do you say, rules and regulations, even I might have a hard time answering those questions. Honestly,
Yes.
I'll be honest now, right? But
Yes.
I am used to the way I'm talking, and so I would know. Okay,
Mm.
something sounds off here, something is fine. Okay, this sentence could be wrong. I don't know how, but then the more practice you do, eventually you realize, okay, so this is how sentences are supposed to be. You can get that only and only through practice. So don't let this grammatical thing stop you,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Keep going. What you're doing is fine. It's great. It's amazing. Keep practicing, keep talking. And yeah, do you want to go with today's session or do you have any other questions?
Yeah. And last question, what doubt is would plus we have. Sometime one
Would
person
have.
said would plus we have. That was
Would have.
from, yeah.
I would have. I would have
I'm
done
talking
that.
about in
Would have.
future,
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. I would have. Okay, that will be coming as past. Mm, you wanted in future tense. Would have.
Mm.
Would have been. That's again the past. Would have. Would have. Wow. I'm in a blank place right now.
Yeah, yeah, I can
to
understand.
No, but then would have, you usually use that with past things. I could have, would have, you know, all these things you use it when you should have done something but you didn't do it,
Mm.
right? That's when you would say would have. It would have been a better choice for me, but I let it go, or
Okay.
things like that. So
Like there is no, if I'm not get that chance, so it is okay. That is no problem.
would have, like, got a
Like I would
chance,
have
but
this kind of pains, so it would be better for me. Or
mm, that context somehow doesn't put it right in the context. Would have. It would have been a better choice for me to wear this dress, but I didn't. I wore this instead.
okay,
It
yeah.
would have been better,
Mm.
right? That's when you're trying to compare like two things together.
Yes,
Like it
yeah,
would have been. Would
yeah.
have been is what you would use together.
Another one which I got now. The another one it would be better
Yeah, it would
right
have
now
been
what
better.
I have.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. So now you are, but again, that has to do with the past, right? It would have been. But
Mm.
when it comes to the future, I wouldn't really know how you would put it because would have, it has to do with
So which
the
one now?
past.
I am confused now more. Suppose this is one pen, black and
Mhm,
blue. So
mhm.
I wanted to be this blue one, but
Again, wanted to comes to the past.
yeah, I wanted to this, but I bought this one.
Okay.
So which things I have to use? I could have this pen, or I would have this pen.
Oh, no. Would have. That's how you would say. I it would have been. It would have been. Would have been better for me to use this pen instead of this pen. It would have been. Again, it's got to do with the past, right? Like how you're comparing two pens now.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's confusing or you're not able to understand, but like you said, you use this instead of this.
Okay.
You used this
Hmm.
instead of this. It would have been better if you had taken this
Okay.
instead of this.
Okay. Would have or could have been
Would.
W.
Yeah.
W.
Would.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I was like,
sound is
for a second, what did he say? Would. Yeah, W.
yeah, yeah,
Would. It
yeah.
would have been. Yeah. But again, that is for the past. Now you ask me for the future. Now I'm confused. Like, how would you use would have when it's clearly a thing of the past,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So, what is it next? The other word that you have.
Yeah, I have also uh, have been, has been, and had been.
All past.
Yeah, I can
Has
understand
been,
have, has, had, but why we use been? What's the form of been?
past, present, have been. I have been doing this since the time I was a kid. That means I'm still doing it now. I have been doing this from the time I was a kid. I have been eating chocolates. That means I am still eating chocolates. I used to eat chocolates a long time ago. That means I'm not eating chocolates now.
Hmm.
I have been eating chocolates from the time I was a kid. I am still eating. I used to eat before. I am still eating it now.
Okay. Like someone, if now we are talking, if someone asks me what are you doing, so I can use it. I have been talking with my tutor. Like,
Exactly.
okay. And what about has been?
Has been. Same. Wait. You have been talking to your tutor. Just a second. You're not doing that. You would say that only after this conversation is over, right?
So mostly time we use has for he, she, or it, like this with has.
Okay.
So what about? I'm confused.
Wait. Hold the phone. If you're going to tell somebody
Third person.
after this, yeah, after our chat, if
Hmm.
somebody asks you, what were you doing? I was talking to my tutor. You are not talking to the tutor now.
Hmm.
You were talking,
Yeah.
right? So you wouldn't use has been. You wouldn't use that.
Hmm.
You wouldn't use have been
Okay.
because, that's
Hmm.
it's not going on still. You were doing it and it stopped. That thing is stopped.
Hmm.
But if you say, I have been using Clapingo for the past 3 months, that means you've subscribed for Clapingo 3 months back and you're still in it.
So I can use has been in this.
Yes, has been. I have have been. Sorry, my bad.
Have been
I
or has
have
been
been.
which
Have, HAVE. I
have been,
have been using.
but has been,
We don't
but
has.
has has.
Right. This has been going on for quite a while.
Okay, like now we are talking no other persons
Yeah.
here. If we are talking about the other person, she has been doing this job since
Yeah.
1 hour, like this.
She has been doing this for quite some time. She has been doing this for quite some time.